Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing? I hope you've had a fantastic week. That time is once again upon us. And it is, at last, the boss round. Last week we finally managed to defeat the nasty Chaos Horde that's been keeping us in the pit of war. But now, ladies and gents, we move onwards. Our army is set. The wheel is no longer an option for us. And today, oh my, we've got our work cut out. So, I think there's 1,500 assault marines here. There is 1,000 soul drinkers. There are 20 knightly paladins and 2 warlord titans that you're going to have to defeat. This is the boss round, ladies and gents. And of course, your army's all set up here. We've got the knights up front, meat shield just behind them, followed by the archers, and the rifles are at the very back. And let's just go ahead and kick off our first round straight away. I'm excited to see what happens here. Now, I'm really hoping it's not a one and done. Hang on, 2 seconds though. Let me just check. Have we got a Fig Jam with us here tonight? Yes, he is. Excellent. All right, we can start. It's all right. I was trying to hold off last week so Fig Jam could join because he was worried that he was going to miss the boss round. So hopefully, he's there. So let's go ahead and kick off. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hey, Neil. Hey, Ed. Hey, Shifty. Hey, Evil Smiles. Hey, David. Hey, Steve. Hey, Dave Certified. Hi, Night Striker. Hey, Rod. Hey, Mike. Oh, it's quite all right, Fig Jam. I knew you were looking forward to it, so I didn't want you to miss out, especially with you being one of the longest supporters of the channel. You'll have to let me know if the sound's a bit too low for you guys, because it seems pretty low to me. I don't know if that's just on my end, though. But yeah, the game sound seems awfully low to me. Oh, Harpy, coming in with the 2 British pounds there. Evening, Harpy. Sorry I missed you. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Penguin. I'm sorry if I've missed anyone in the chat there. Look at this. The rain of arrows already. No way. Oh, my God. Game sounds low. Sound is low. Okay, no worries. After this round, as long as we don't win, because I'm actually quite terrified at what's happening to the assault marines here. That is awful. These assault marines, we've seen these assault marines take on hundreds of thousands of enemies, piling them up high, and at the moment, they are melting against archer fire. But having said that, so is even the meat shield. Oh my God, the meat shield is just getting obliterated here by the knightly paladins. That bolt of fire really helping out. So, it looks like the Space Marines on the front line here, the Assault Marines, really are nothing more than just sponges for the first few attacks. Now, let's see how the Knightly Paladins get on. There's billions of arrows bouncing off them at this moment in time, but I've got a feeling they are taking a lot of damage from this. A lot of damage. God, look at all that deflection that's going off as well. Let's just slow this down a sec. Look at all this deflection from the arrows here. That's the shields of the Titans. But are we going to be able to take them out? We're taking heavy losses. So, luckily though, that rifle range really starting to play in here. Just outranging every single enemy on the battlefield at the moment, which is really good news for you. The sniper fire there that's coming in. Does look like we've managed to take out a couple though. Look at this. Knightly Paladins have crumbled, ladies and gentlemen. 1 or 2 are at least dead here. God, look at all the goo that's come out over the floor as well. Oh my God. Really, it was your arrows killing the meat shield? I have no doubt, but do not underestimate the firepower of these knightly paladins. They are extremely deadly. I think they deal something like 20,000 AoE damage, so yeah, they're very strong. And if I remember rightly, we're only at about 20,000 HP with our meat shield as well. But yeah, these rifles, look at this. This is why you wanted to invest heavily in rifle technology, so you can outrange the enemy, and there's not much they can do about it. They have to advance into your fire at the moment. Hey, mates, welcome. Glad you made it. AoE doesn't count for their kills? That's true. But yeah, look at this, the rifles. This is why rifles were going to be useful, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I said you want heavy snipers here, able to kill most things almost instantly. Look at that firepower coming out of the Warlord Titan, though. Oh, did we take down one of the Warlords? Wait, Oh, no, no, they're both still there. For a second then, I thought we managed to take down one of the Warlord Titans, but sadly not. But at the moment, yeah, rifle fire looks like it might end up being key here. And definitely increasing the health of some of the units, like the meat shields, is probably going to be very, very helpful also. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, we've got a 15-round limit on this, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. That's your maximum amount of attempts to defeat this boss wave. 15 rounds. That should pretty much take us up to the 2-hour mark for tonight. Roughly speaking, depending on how long they go. But it looks like rounds really aren't going to take that long, ultimately. It's just these last few kills here. So, how it's working off on this one, ladies and gentlemen, it's every 1,000 kills as well. Because of the lack of units over here, every 1,000 kills that you get is an upgrade. Which means that the amount of upgrades that you're going to be able to get are minimal. Absolutely minimal. So you really have to focus on what you really need to do here. What you think is going to be the winning strategy. So, for instance, now, we've got 2 upgrades here for this round, which means that most rounds we're probably going to get about 2 upgrades, I would say, roughly speaking. These, 1,000 souls here, so that'd be, yeah, I think the maximum we can get is round about 3,000. So, yeah, about 3 upgrades per round there is the maximum you're probably going to be able to get out of it. And that's if you kill all the soul drinkers here. Right then, so, with that being said, there's the first poll. Go ahead, vote. What are we going to put our first 2 upgrades into, ladies and gents? Oh, let me bring up the beatbot booty boop. There we go. There's the beatbot booty boop. Now, just remember, there is no Wheel of Fortune this time, so it's all down to your voting ability here now, ladies and gents. 2 upgrades, and that's the first wave done. Make it every 100. No, definitely not. My God. This is the boss round, Ed. This is not the easy mode. You've had every opportunity to perfect your strategy. Well, admittedly, you didn't know what you were up against here. That is sort of the point. The boss rounds aren't meant to be easy at all. The boss rounds are truly where your campaign tactics all come to a head. If you've screwed up, then you've screwed up, and that's that. But, like I said, you've got another 14 rounds here to be able to adjust it, and that's still, what, 20-odd upgrades? That could be quite a lot. Depending on what you go for. Now, I would say, I think you've already got the firepower on the field to defeat the enemy. I don't think you need extra damage or firepower. What I think you really need here are numbers. Because, yeah, that meat shield is still nowhere near. It's only 24,000 troops. But yeah, I would highly suggest that you go for numbers over damage. You've got the damage, you can kill Titans, clearly. You can kill the Assault Marines, and if you can kill the Assault Marines, you're going to have no problem killing the Soul Drinkers as long as your archers can get into range. But the problem you're going to have is that, yeah, a lot of your troops are just going to get massacred in the first 5 seconds. Let's see what we're thinking here. Hey, Harry. Space them all out so splash don't affect them. That's great if you're on defense, but you're on attack against an enemy on guard. So no matter how spread out you are, your troops are all going to congregate when they come to attack the enemy anyway. So it doesn't really matter ultimately. Maybe for the first volley, it will save you. But after the first volley, yeah, it's pretty useless spacing out your troops. I mean, we can do it. I've got absolutely no problem doing it, but I don't think it's going to help you much, ultimately. Because, let's say, like, you know, these are spread out like this, yeah? These guys are all spread out like this. Ultimately, they're all still going to push into the center over here and all group up against the Space Marines. So, well, it could help. It's not going to help that much. Oh, wrong one. Stick that back to 5. Right, stick that back down to 2. And we'll go do the voting first. And then we can go ahead and see what we're doing. So in terms of attack, yeah, this is your attack vector, ladies and gents. There is no other attack angle. You can't come from the side. You can't come from anywhere else. This is your setup. You can rearrange which units you want where. So for instance, you can put the meat shield forward and have the knights behind them if you wanted. That's absolutely fine. But yeah, basically this is your setup. The boss rounds are meant to be extremely hard, ladies and gentlemen. Just remember that. No, Sandy, this is the max. This is as close as your troops can get. Spread out the range strips, yeah, we can do that. So let's have a look. Let's get the first vote done first, though. So it looks like we're going on to rifles here. Okay, so let's get the rifle stats up and running, which is +5 troops, +1 range, which I don't think we need, +1 damage, which I don't think we need, and +10 HP, which might be useful. But ultimately, I personally think you just need troops at this point. Numbers. Numbers, Mason. Remember the numbers. So there's the poll for the rifles. Hey, David Roberts. Hey, Gordo. Remember Pinky lies. Realize. 10 extra troops is nothing. It's 10 extra troops. Right, let's go then. Yeah, 63% for 10 extra troops. Absolutely fine. Let's go ahead and add on our 10 troops over here. Meat shield rifle. Take that up to 420. So, ladies and gentlemen, do you want to swap the meat shield and the knights around at the moment? The Knights Templar are at the front with the meat shield behind. Hey, Preston. Yeah. We all happy with that? Yeah, no worries. So we'll move... Oh, we'll move their knights back first because they're harder to click on, and we'll move them forward. There we go. So then you've got your archers here in the pink, and the rifles are at the very back. The rifles are basically in range from where they are here. Some of them might move forward a little bit, but... spread out the range units. Yeah. So what do we want to do with the spacing then? What are we thinking? We're at a space of 2 now at the moment on every single one. So they are already spaced just a little bit. 3 or 4? 4? 4 or 5? Yeah, 4 seems to be a consensus there then. So archers, we'll take them up to 4. And hero rifles also up to 4. There we go. Just move these forward ever so slightly again. There we go. Yeah, is that what you're happy with there? $15. $15 spacing. Archers and Templar will be in the next vote then. Right, very quickly while I remember, let's go back. Turn, options. Oh god, yeah, no wonder the volume's low. There we go, that should be much better now. Let's go! I'm interested to see how this turns out. Other option is to do the same to the meat so that they slowly trickle in. More cover, time for ranged. Good work. It is a possibility. Can we make our own wheel? I mean, at home, yeah, it'll have absolutely no effect on the stream, but feel free to play your own wheel at home. Just as a general consensus now in chat, how many of you think you can win this within the next 14 rounds? So, put a yes in chat if you think you can, and a no in chat if you think you're going to lose. Just out of interest. Oh, wow. That is a mixed bag there. We've got a lot of maybes. We've got quite a few no's there, and a few yeses. Right, let's go for the second round. See if this does any better now. We've got a little bit of space in here between our troops. I did, Harpy. And I meant it exactly like that. Play with your wheel. Oh, Big Jam's taken to singing. Stephen! Doesn't matter, it's fun. Oh, that's the point I always take. I have fun. I accidentally glued myself to my autobiography, but no one believes me. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Jesus, Mike. I don't know whether these get better or worse. I have no idea. But, yeah, look at this. See what I mean, though? Ultimately, it doesn't matter how much you space them out, bit by bit, they all still group up. That old folk down here. Numbers are certainly going to be needed on these front lines. I mean, let's be fair. For the last couple of streams, I was saying you guys need numbers. You've got enough damage now. But you guys kept upgrading damage. It's not my fault, I tried to warn you. For once Pinky wasn't. Jesus, man, look at this. Look at this. What the hell? Oh, Stephen, coming in with the 5 gifted memberships there. Thank you very much, Stephen. Very much appreciated. Thank you for the support. Congratulations, JV. Congratulations, Martin. Congratulations, Phil. Congratulations, Chris. Congratulations, Chris. Double Chris. I think most of the archers now have been wiped out, unfortunately. Yeah, not enough health points between them. But we have got the good old rugged rifles moving up just behind. I said these rifles actually do a pretty good job, ladies and gents. The snipers of our army. Especially on this side, look at this. That is what you call a gaggle of troops, my friends. And it looks like it's only the Warlord Titans that can actually reach these guys. The rest of the army has to move in for the kill. Of course the Warlord Titans would be able to shoot this far. What else would you expect, really? But these guys are putting in that work. The kill counters are going up. Oh, Ed coming in with the gifted memberships as well. Thank you very much, Ed. Very much appreciated. Congratulations, Anti-Marmite. Congratulations, HD Evil. Congratulations, Edward. Congratulations, Raphael. Congratulations, The Matrix has you. 623 gifted. Thank you, Ed. The love has been spread. The game noise is too loud now. You can barely hear me over it. Hang on. I can adjust that right this second. There we go. That should be much better now. God, look at all these puddles of blood. I mean, they're not very deep, but they're certainly getting there now. Getting another 2,000 kills here that have been racked up. Poor old rifles. They're trying their best. This seems to be the main advantage side, though, over here on the far right. These guys seem to be the ones putting in most of the work at the moment. Halfway between, right, okay. So... That's halfway between there and now. Sorry guys, I had a Windows update and it screwed up a lot of the sound on my computer. I tried to record a video earlier, only to realise that my microphone hadn't been enabled. Well, it was enabled, it's just Windows had reset the input device, so it hadn't picked up any of of my microphone for the entire thing. Really annoying, because I was hoping to release a Dawn of the Dead video today, which is what I was recording, only to find out that it had completely broken. Seems to be about right. Awesome. So yeah, unfortunately that's probably going to be tomorrow now, the Dawn of Dead video. But we've got like a massive battlefield that I've been setting up with massive amounts of zombie waves coming in against the US Army. Looks really cool. We've got tanks on it, we've got Humvees in there, all sorts of going on, mortars. So yeah, the zombies really have the work cut out for them there. Oh my god. Oh, notice David L. earlier you were asking about Project Zomboid. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I've been mega busy lately and haven't had a chance yet to do any. I've been offered a sponsorship on the other channel, so I've been working on an advert for that. I've been doing a script for videos on that channel as well, because it's over a couple of videos, the sponsorship is. So, yeah, I've been really busy. But yes, they will be coming back, because I like Project Zomboid a lot. It's a lot of fun. There we go. Again, about 2,000 kills here. How's my back? Absolutely in agony, but luckily I managed to get my hands on some tramadol painkillers. Opium-based painkillers do the trick. Take it down to a numb ache at the moment, so... Sponsorship's good. Congrats. Thank you. Indeed, yes, that's the DACA channel. It's not, no, sadly, it's not Opera GX, yeah. Opera GX haven't sponsored me yet. It's actually, I don't think I can say yet until until the contract's fully signed here, but... There we go. +8, hey! Them 10 extra troops gave us 8 extra kills. Nice! At this rate, by round 15, we'll be somewhat close. So yeah, we've got 2 upgrades again this time, ladies and gents. And morphine's the one. That's where it's Did I try... What's that? Sorry, Steve. Defini yet? I'm not quite sure what that is, Steve. Sorry. It's been 24 mins? Really? Already? Oh my god, we're only on the 2nd round. Okay, well, we've got a lot to do then, haven't we? Refuse to take morphine, yeah. I don't have a good relationship with morphine. Unfortunately, it's what my uncle used to pass himself away, shall we say, when he found out he had cancer for a 2nd time and he didn't want to go through all the chemo. So, yeah, morphine has a particular sore spot for me. Diphenine. It's a painkiller gel you rub into your back? No, never heard of that one, Steve. Spawn the enemy on the pyramids. Oh no, I'll stick to the tramadol, guys. It's strong enough for me. Like I said, it takes it down to a dull ache. So, 200 milligrams of tramadol. Yeah, morphine's one of them. It can be highly addictive as well. But no, ever since, like I said, my uncle just unalived himself with it, so it sort of has a sore spot for me where I'm like, I don't really want to go down that route because, you know, bad memories. Anyway, What are we going for here? Oh, meat shield. Now this is more promising. I like this. Meat shield. Okay, so we've got 2 upgrades here for the meat shield. Right, melee armor. Probably not going to help too much at this point. Melee block chance again, probably not going to help too much at this point against Warlord Titans. And HP, kind of useful. The only other thing I've ever had is diazepam, or however you say it. But God, that stuff spaces you out. It didn't take away any of the pain and just made me feel lightheaded. 1 litre of vodka will dull the pain. I think it'll dull your liver as well. Well, it might brighten your liver up, but even that's bad. No worries, Mitch. You have a fantastic evening. Thanks for dropping on by. Space out the meat to 3 or 4 or 5. Yeah, no worries. Let's do that then. Meat shield onto 4. Ooh, God. Yeah, that's still fine. I don't know who needs to hear this, but even if a bear wears socks and shoes, he still has bare feet. I think he has bare paws. I don't think bears have feet, do they? Is he? That's a technicality, I realise. It's a paw, not a foot. Spread out the nights. We can do if you guys want to do that as well, yeah. What shall we set the night to? What shall we set the night to? Paws and claws. I think the claws are on the paws, aren't they? Do they have feet or meters? I don't know, Fig Jam. You can ask the bear there. Set them to an 8? Well, let's have a look at that. Oh, God. So, yeah, that's the... it's the green one you're looking at there for them. Set them to an 8. Eight too small. Ooh. Couple of show-offs. I've always been told 8 was adequate. Right, so are we happy then with the knights at an 8 so far? Let's go ahead and add on 200 extra troops as well. To the meat shield, which will take them up to 24,500. Yeah, awesome. Right, let me get the poll ready for next round. You know what I might do, actually, because this is the boss round and it's kind of hard. I'm just going to give you all 4 options every single time, so you can vote for whatever you want, even if it's just the same thing repeatedly, because quite frankly, I think you guys need it. I think we'll just do that. That's a decision I've just made on the fly here. Every round you'll get to vote between all 4 of them. Right, let's go have a look then. See what we get to end up with here. Longer it takes for the meat to come in. Time. Oh, you should have just ended that sentence there, 50. It would have been much better. The longer it takes for all the meat to come in, more time our range has to fire. Depends on whether you're talking about inches or centimeters. I suppose, yeah. Miles, Jesus. I think that'd be debilitating. I think, yeah, you'd need to seek out proper medical professional help for that. I feel sorry for your mum, actually. Imagine bringing that out. They wouldn't know which one to cut. Have a look at the army spacing now. God, look at this. Looks very sparse, doesn't it? But yeah, this may help quite a lot. And how far back do they go now? Okay, so we've still got man-at-arms back here. Meat shield even, as they're called here. Oh yeah, the meat... Look out for this. The meat shield now outstretches the entire army. So this could actually be quite interesting to see what happens here. Let's go. God, look at that. Just instant blapsification there. Interestingly, though, only 6 kills. Yeah, so it looks like each one of them was only hitting one person. So yeah, maybe spacing out the melee will help a little bit. Oh God, look at all that blood soak. It's kind of crazy how much blood comes out of a single character, though, isn't it? Night Striker, I don't know why, but that just suddenly just reminds me of a Doom cheat. It's like, what was it, IDDQD? Space is key, both to humanity's exploration, survivability, and to this match. 10 space on meat. Don't know why, but that sounds like a gambling bet. Gonna put 10 spaces on the meat. I don't know why you went all Chicago gangster from the 1920s, but, you know. Hey, Tuts! Put 10 spaces on the meat for me. If you don't behave, you'll find yourself on the underside of a roller. No, wrong way round, Steve. IDDQD was the God mode one. I don't give a fuck means, what's it? Walk through walls, as far as I remember. At least on the PC version, IDDQD was God mode. Because that's what IDGAF was, I don't give a fuck. Oh man, I spent so long playing that game. Doom 95 back in the day, and Doom 2. Dillygaff, do I look like I give a fuck? What was the other one? There was one that a comedian came up with. I think it was like Nally or something like that, and it was not even laughing inwardly. I like that one. Because everyone's laugh out loud is like not even laughing inwardly. Thought that was quite a smart one. Okay, so the meat shield really held out here a lot longer. And yeah, we even got some of our archers to move up to the point blank range here, where they're taking out some of the soul drinkers. Look at that, take that. You pansy little space marines. Look how far away the muskets actually are. It's kind of ridiculous for a musket. Got me below that 1k left. Yeah, he actually did some damage there. Look at that. The Knight Paladins as well, ladies and gents. Every single Knight Paladin has been taken out. They all got taken out. That's really good news for you. So yeah, it looks like spacing the melee out helped out a little bit. Oh no, there's one left, sorry. One little walker left over here. Whoop, whoop. Look at that. There's quite a cool animation actually on it for walking. God, let's get them extra kills on the soul drinkers here. How many do we need? 720? I mean, it's doable. What was the... Can anyone remember what the damage of our rifles was? I think it was over 400, wasn't it? I think each of the rifles did over 400 damage. And these have 8,500 HP each. So, you know, it's like 20 to, 25 shots per Space Marine. In fact, I think we might have even been closer to 500 damage by the end of it. I love this, that we're using the cover of the lip here. Look at that, the bolt of fire is mainly streaking overhead. Oh no. Couple of space marines coming in, boys. Christopher Walken. I mean, yeah. Knightly Walkenden. He's the Night Strider. A thermonuclear injected suicide machine. Move the archers forward so they can fire sooner. Probably be a very good idea, yeah. I mean, there's nothing stopping you putting the archers on the very front line with the rest of your troops. Where'd you take someone that's been injured in a peekaboo accident? The ICU. Damn. Damn. Ladies and gents, so it looks like we're only getting our 2k here. So there's your poll. Who's going to get our 2 upgrades this round? We've got 12 rounds left after this one. Look at these guys. Let's see if we can... I shouldn't do this, but... Ow! Just as I was about to shoot! It hit me square in the face! Oh my god! Right, come on. Run, chap, run. Da, 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 da. Okay, that didn't do anything. Woo! Oh no! I was trying to take cover, but they could see me. Yeah, there's one left. Oh. Ah, look at this! He's being shot at by the Knightly Paladins. By the, Warlord Titan. And they can't shoot him. You can keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Let's go. Da, 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 da. Woo! Dodge this, boys! Oh my god! Oh no! It's like a bullet hell! Oh my god! Oh. I was doing well for a little while then, until the bolt of fire came in. You just got to zigzag. That's all they need to do. Zigzag. Look at that. We were 1 kill off the 300. Yeah, to be able to get the 3 upgrades, you've got to kill everything apart from the Warlord Titans. Plus 135 that round. That's a decent increase. So, you want to move the archers forward, yeah? Oh, we can move the archers forward. Like that. Space them out a bit more as well, so they don't all get obliterated in the first 2 seconds. What, set them to a 6? Maybe a 5? Ah, could work. A bit too forward? Yeah, no worries. We'll put them halfway between then. There you go. More meat space. Okay, we might have to narrow the rank down here. Let's take them up to a 6. We'll take that down to a 1-5. There we go. $57. Just covers the entire map. Ooh, very, very mixed here. Look at that. That's quite a discrepancy in the votes here. But Meat Shield did eke out ahead on that one. So on that, yeah, we're going to go with the new poll. 100 troops. Melee armor. Which is probably useless. In fact, you know what? I'm not even going to bother putting them 2 on. It's because they're useless to you guys, so... Oh, crap. Get rid of that, get rid of that. So, 100 troops or 50 HP. Would we lose any to that right-hand side? Possibly there, Fig. They do look a little bit close, and these guys love to overextend the boundaries here, so... I'm just going to move these guys over, in particular. The archers should be fine, but for some reason, this yellow box here is not an accurate representation of the deployment. So if you look here, we've got a rock at the front over here. When we get into the game, there's a rock just in front of these three here, where our archers are. And I bet you that it's either, like, well over here, or it's back down here, or something daft like that. But it definitely, that is not going to be the line that it obeys. It's a bit annoying about this game, actually, when some units, just the boxes aren't accurate. Right. Yeah, rocks do delete units, but sadly there's not much I can do about that. And it's not like we can bend the armies around the rocks. The map's just covered in them. Plus 100 troops again. Yeah, no worries. So that'll take them up to 700. In fact, I am going to just ever so slightly move them back over this way. Just because we've got that cliff face down here, that might also delete some of them, so yeah. And let me get the poll ready for the next round. Meat shields, archers, Templars, and rifles. Oakley dokley. Are we all happy? Are we good to go? Want to see one Titan go down at least. Yeah, I think we're all happy here. Speaking of Warhammer, I saw someone earlier who'd posted on Facebook they'd done a Rhino transport, but they'd bought like 6 packs of skulls from Games Workshop, and they'd covered every inch of the Rhino tank in skulls, and it just looked so awesome because they used like a couple of Beastmen skulls as well. But yeah, it made it look really awesome. I was kind of impressed, to be honest. Right, let's give this a whirl, see how we get on now. Did it crash or having a moment? Neither. It felt pretty normal to me. But yeah, you can definitely see that them Warlord type. Oh, look, by the way, they were in front of the rock after all. The video feed just died. It shouldn't have done. I've got absolutely no problems on my end. Stream health, excellent, yeah, no packet losses. All looking good from my end, unfortunately, so whatever happened must have been at your end. Yeah, absolutely no drops of data. So we should be all good. Could be just YouTube having a moment. You know what YouTube's like. Okay, but this is going well now. Look at this. The meat shield is getting in close. The archers are now already killing the Space Marines before the meat shield is reaching them, which is really what we wanted. That's actually worked out wonders for you chaps. And we've actually got a bit of a flanking maneuver going on. Oh my god, look at that. It's crazy seeing these tight, knightly paladins get attacked by So many arrows. I love how they just split in half. That's a cool animation. But yeah, they really are getting peppered here. This is painful. But the meat shield is still trickling in for you guys. This is really good news. Really good news. So, as long as a few of your archers stay alive, I think your kill counts are going to be pretty decent here. And it does look like we have a nice group of archers over this side. They're giving it what for to the Space Marine horde over here, who are trying to focus down the meat shield who are coming up on them. Yeah, things have already gone well. We're already at 2,300 here, so... I like how we get these sporadic lines as well. Look at this. It really looks like a proper formation here when it comes to the muskets. We've got like these two lines back here on either flank, and then that one line in the middle which is forward. Don't know why it just looks like a real musket line almost. Here we go, though. The last, I think all the archers are dead now. The last of the meat shield moving on in. Right, in 2 seconds, ladies and gents, I'm just going to grab myself a Rockstar energy drink. Back in a moment. Yeah, back, ladies and gents. Let's have a look there. How we're getting on. Well, we've still got what? We've still got 3,000 troops. Okay, that's 3,000 archers we've still got on the field here. Kind of impressive, actually. I think most of their shots there were going towards the Titans rather than anything else. It feels like a lot of the muskets are shooting at the Titans. But I would imagine that a lot of strays are also going into the Space Marines. Wonder if Rockstar would be a sponsor. To be honest, I don't think I've ever seen Rockstar Energy Drinks sponsor anything other than like football or sports events. Which is odd, because you'd think that they'd be in the world of esports quite a lot. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a YouTuber do an advert for Rockstar. I've seen like Gamer Sups. That seems to be a very popular one. And I don't know why, because most of them taste like ass. So... Hey, I'll take most sponsorships, to be honest, as long as it's not some horribly unethical business practice or something like that, or a scam. But I always tend to check them out, do my research on them if I'm ever accepting a sponsorship, and make sure it's something that's right for the channel and not just, you know, for the sake of it. Like, I've had many opportunities to do some sponsorships, but a lot of them are like fantasy football and stuff like that. I keep getting requests to do sponsorships for fantasy football. I'm like... It's a Warhammer 40k channel. The crossover between football and Warhammer 40k is so minimal. Like, it's not worth me taking it. You guys are not really going to be interested in fantasy football. They're not going to get a decent bang for the buck on the sponsorship, so it's just pointless. But yeah, I get a lot of that. Yeah, maybe if I was a Blood Bowl channel, that'd work out, but yeah, I would imagine that most of you don't really have an interest in football. The reason I say that is because you play Warhammer. Alright, ladies and gents, okay, so it looks like we're at another 2k here. There we go. Yeah, so we did get a few extra kills there. Yeah, I gotta say, Ed, I don't get football. I don't understand it. I've never been entertained by it. Just not my thing. But oddly enough, these other things that I will watch, like, I don't know, Formula 1. Now, I've never sat down and watched a Formula 1 race, but I've always found it somewhat more interesting of the sports, and I couldn't explain why. I think there's something fascinating about cars going around hairpin corners at 100 miles an hour. It just seems a little bit insane to me. It's like I think it's more to do with the science and engineering behind Formula 1 than actual any Formula 1 racing. I think that's more where I sit with that kind of stuff. You know, just amazes me that using simple downforce, these cars manage to stick to the ground. I think it's kind of crazy. And, like, they can't go slow because then the tyres will be too cold, so they have to go fast. It sounds mental, really. It's like the car only works if you're going over 100 miles an hour. It just sounds mental, that does to me. I'd like it if it was Mayo football. You're probably right, Pompous. With that football, I think a lot more people would watch that if you covered the football in mayo. Every 10 seconds, the football gets covered in mayo. And when anyone kicks it, they just smell like sour eggs for 90 minutes. Sounds perfect. Just admit it, I'm an orky git, that's why. Yeah, I suppose. I do like the red Ferraris. They always go faster. Fencing at Olympics, see, I can understand that, you know. It's a duel. I can understand why people would like that. But then I can't understand why people would like the pole vault. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just a failed man from Venice, that's all it is, you know. It's a gondola. That's all they're doing. It's how gondolas get in and out of the boats. Can we pull the archers back to the Templar line? We certainly can. As long as everyone else is happy with that, yeah? Sponsorship idea, Mayo company. I mean, I should reach out to a mayonnaise company and say, hey, look, there's a lot of popularity for mayonnaise on my channel. It's some sort of weird thing that everyone loves. Muskets forward a touch too. Alright, this is going to be difficult. Now, I bet it's going to select the yellow and not the orange here. Oh, we got him! Ha Almost sounded like Phil Collins then. I don't care anymore. Slanish approves of mayo lubing. To make F1 more entertaining, add flux capacitors to all cars. Oh, we've got a toss-up here between meat shields and between what's it? Meat and archer. Oh God, hang on. Meat and archer. Right, 2 seconds, ladies and gents. Let me get this set up here. Right, capture that window. Boop. Here we go. Let's have a look at it. What we getting? Meter archer, meter archer. Hey, Shifty. I was wondering if you would, Shifty. I was wondering. Thank you, Shifty, coming in with the gifted membership there for the tiebreaker. Congratulations, Sid Wars. Thank you very much, Shifty. So, yeah, Meat has won that one, ladies and gents. So, let's get the poll going here for the Meat Shield. Again, I'm not going to bother with the melee armor and stuff. Troops. And block percent. And HP. There we go. I don't think it's been as often lately, Shifty, but certainly at the start, yeah. I'd probably imagine you're like at least at, what, maybe 10 to 20 at least by now. It's got to be at least somewhere in that ballpark. I know, Harpy. Some PTSD laden in there, isn't there? The bloody mental breakdowns that man's given me over the years. No, Shifty, not again, mate. Please don't. No. It's too much for my little brain to comprehend. It just shuts down and I stop being able to do anything. Archer meat or meaty archer? I don't know. I think a meaty archer would be able to fire his bow pretty effectively, but I don't think I'd want to eat that said archer. What are we going for then? Yeah, pretty unanimous on that one. More troops, yeah. Go ahead and add 200 extra troops on. Take them up to 900. Are we still happy with the the layout? It'll taste the same to Tyranids. Probably very true, yeah. No, I bet that's not true. I bet Tyranids do have like a favourite flavour of human. You know what I mean? Like, oh, these Acadians, we really love them. They're very tasty. Men of Tanith, ooh, they always smell of wood. I can imagine that, yeah, Tyranids have preferences over which human that they'd like to eat, even though they all get consumed ultimately. Like, I can imagine a Catchichan being very tasty, you know. He's spiced up by a flora world. They're very muscly, genetically enhanced. I can imagine the Deathcore of Krieg tasting awful. It's probably like ash in your mouth. Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, they melt them in acidic biopools, and that gets sucked up by the mothership. So essentially, the mothership is feeding on it. So. A Karut chef. That'd be a good one. You know, like you get all these chef games on Steam and stuff like that. We should get one where it's Karut and he's going around tasting the different flavors of the Imperium of Man. I mean, on a technicality edge, yeah, you're pretty right, you know. Most of the meat in the Imperium of Man is human. I mean, it's called corpse starch for a reason, right? It's kind of insane, actually, when you think about it. But that's not to say, though, that's the main thing that they eat, because we all know that Grox burgers are a thing, Grox sausage, you know, and Grox are basically cows and bison. Well, actually, I think they're more described like a bison than they are a cow. Grox. I think it's basically an ox, obviously. But yeah, they describe them as very hairy, which to me sounds more like a bison. than it does with a cow. And mind you, I suppose I've got to admit, I'm not particularly familiar with oxys. I don't know if they're furry or not. I suppose you can. Yes, they are Siberian. Yeah, I've seen Siberian ox, and that was covered. It would look like a mammoth. Oh no, the crew wouldn't be a cannibal. No, they only eat the brains of the enemies. As far as I know, they don't eat each other's brains. There's actual rules for groks? Wow. Because I believe that's also an insult from the Imperium of Man. It's groks, something or other, that they call each other. I know Feth is one as well. F-E-T-H, that's another one. Feth. It's quite a common slang, and I'm pretty sure you can understand what that means. What? Are we on round 4 here now, or 5? I can't remember. I'm actually not been paying attention. Whoops. I think we're on round 5 now. No, I'm pretty sure this is round 5. Let's have a look here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is round 5. Yeah, 4 upgrades so far, so this is round 5. At the end of this, you'll get your 5th upgrade. It's not, it's round, this is round 5, and at the end of this, you'll get your 5th upgrade. I've literally just got back through the stream and looked. This is the 5th round. Oh, you're counting from 0. Fair enough. If you're counting from 0, then yeah. This is round, what's it? Round 4 of 14 waves, if you're counting from 0. Come on, chaps, get these kills up. We'll go double check the unit stats after this. So I can't remember exactly what we had gave everyone. No, Big Jab, it's not going to take a month. You've got 15 waves, and then it's a win or lose situation. You either win it or you don't. So, what? We're at an hour now after 5 waves. So, I reckon we might be able to get, what, up to towards round 10 by the end of the 2 hours, meaning next week we'll probably have another 5 waves to go, another hour. So 2 weeks, hopefully, max is what this is going to take. Well, 2 streams max. We are chosen vibes. No, that's why I've put a limit on it. That's why I've given you 15 rounds here to be able to do it. Oh, you're saying what you think we would need, yeah. I don't know. I reckon when the meat shield numbers really start getting up, a couple of thousand extra, then yeah, it'll probably be a different story. Because I don't think you actually need that many more troops to be able to get through this. Look at that. Oh, God. Speaking of, I didn't get the poles ready. 2 seconds, ladies and gents. Meat shield. Archers. Templar. Rifles. Right, ladies and gents, there's your poll. Go ahead, Votey McVoterson. Well, one thing you could do is just group all your archers up on one of the flanks. That's one thing you could do. I don't know if it'd work, but if you want really, real concentrated firepower, it seems that most of the enemies shoot towards the center line. So, I don't know, maybe if you had, like, your archers in a box formation over the side over here, they'd swoop in from the side while most of the firepower is going to the center. I don't know if that'd work, but it's just a thought if you wanted concentrate, because then they might be able to just sweep round the sides and kill all the enemies that way. Again, no idea if it'd work, it's just a suggestion. One Warlord Titan shot and they'd all be dead. That is the risk, though. That is the risk there. You are quite right. One shot and they could all die. But if you want concentrated firepower, spreading them out across this thin line is not going to be concentrating that firepower. I mean, what? Let's see, like, maybe if, just as, hang on, 5-3. So, if you set them to, like, a 2-2. Oh, Scheisenkopf. And, like, had them, I don't know, maybe, like, over here. Like that. Maybe that'd work, because then at least you're still getting some firepower to the central lines. They're not completely all grouped up. But that's up to you if you want to do that. 5-3. I'll move them back for now, though. Until you guys tell me. Right. Let's have a look here. What we're going for. Meat shields and archers. Okay. Archers just about won that one out. So. Let's get the archer pole going. +5 troops. Attack speed. Damage. And HP source. Yeah, I'll do a poll for it after if you guys want. I don't mind doing that. Yeah, that's why I suggested putting him over this on the right-hand side, because it didn't seem like a lot of the firepower was going over here, because, have you noticed, a lot of the gunners end up on the right-hand side over here, and they survive pretty much until the very end, so that's why I was suggesting it, because it seems to work for the gunners, so maybe it'll work for the archers, but the only problem is, the archers have to get a bit closer than the gunners. Speaking of, let's just quickly double-check our stats here. Meat shields, where are they at? 14,000 HP, 14,500 HP there. The archers, 3,000 HP, 300 damage, which is a lot. Because, yeah, they've got an attack speed multiplier of 170. Jesus. Rifles here, what were they at? Damage of 616. Okay, that's a lot more than I thought it was. With an attack range of 557. So, yeah, they're pretty good. Again, I think you've got the damage here. We just need numbers. Archers can fire in directly too. Yeah, that's a good thing, so they can sit in the dips and fire out of the dips while the Space Marines can't shoot them. Right, so yeah, we're getting a couple of extra troops here for our archers, so let's go ahead and add... It doesn't sound like a lot, but 10 archers. Let's go add 10 archers. But that is like the equivalent firepower of 20 battalions of Space Marines, let's face it. Right, so... do you want to move the archers to the right in a box formation? Well, a tighter knitted box formation over on the other side like I showed you earlier? Yes or no? You think the meat box is a bit too large? Never say that to your wife. You'll be kicked out of the house or sleeping on the sofa. 10 of your archers, like 5,000 guardsmen. Yeah, that's pretty much it, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a pretty unanimous decision there to take the archers over to the side, right? Like I said, I'll put them in a 2 formation. I think that might work. And if we put them sort of level with the knights over here, that should mean that if any bullets are coming over this direction, the meat shield should absorb most of them. We'll see how it works out. Oh, all ready for next round. 2 seconds. Oh, sorry, I missed that. There's a slight delay in the stream today by about 10 to 20 seconds, unfortunately. So I'd already clicked the start button by the time your message popped up, sadly. But it's something we can do next round if this works out. Because if it doesn't work out, then, yeah. So that was wave 5. This is going to be wave 6 now then. 6 out of 15. We're a third of the way there. Ooh, what the? Oh, that's cool. I don't know why I've never noticed that. That looks really nice. That's some nice detailing. Right, let's have a look at these archers then on this side. They are a little bit close, aren't they? That is a little bit worryingly close. Do you guys want to go back and spread them out? I don't want to waste one of your rounds, so I'll give you the option. Do you want to go back and spread them out a bit more? Yeah? Yeah, go back. No worries. Because, yeah, even I'm looking at that and going, ooh, that looks a bit grim. That looks a bit grim. Yeah, Smitty, but it's how they group up here. Like this close, they're going to just totally be shoulder to shoulder here. So, it's only going to take us a second. Let's take that up to a 4 and bring that down into a box. Like that. And then bring them forward. So we've still got a bit of meat in front of them. But we don't want them lagging behind too much either. So, you happy with that? A 4 spacing, but a box formation. We can make it into a rectangle if needed with a 1.5, maybe a 1.2. Yeah, we'll just keep the box formation. Sweet. Happy, happy, let's go. Well, if you want them shooting as soon as possible, really. I don't think there's such thing as too far forward, as long as they've got a bit of meat shield in front of them. The meat shield should be targeted, because how the AI works in this game is it generally targets the thing that's closest to it. So as long as the meat shield's in front of it, the meat shield should be the ones that are shot at. In theory. Of course, you'll get stray rounds that might hit them. But there's only one way to find out whether it work, I guess. The proof is in the pudding. So let's get that pudding and put some custard on it. Yeah, look at that. That's lots better now. That looks way, way better. One thing okay. So, yeah, we might still be losing some of our units over here, actually. We might have to narrow down the foot soldiers. Let me just go double check over this side. Like I said, on the box formation that was on the map, it's not touching any of these things. But yeah, we're losing quite a few units here, so we might have to... oh god, hang on. We might have to readjust these ever so slightly. Probably put the foot soldiers into more of a box formation after this. Right, let's kick it off and see how we get on. There we go, yeah. Most of the firepower instantly concentrating on that centre line. The rifles already opening up back there. The only worry here, though, is look at how grouped up they're getting now. But luckily, it's a lot of meat that's in front of them. The archers and the meat shield run at exactly the same speed, so it shouldn't be a problem at all. Let's see how we get on. Come on, archers, bring in that firepower. There we go. And look at this, they're on a slight hill as well, which is going to be a major advantage to them. The poor old Space Marines over this end are not going to know what's hit them. Dear God. Yeah, so all the Space Marines on this side have been pretty much instantly wiped out before the meat shield even got to them, which is really good news for you guys. We need to start focusing down these bolter fire, though, and the heavy knights. I mean, I suppose the bolter fire we can survive a little bit longer with. Jesus. I mean, you know, we said we'd like to play in the shadows, but this is kind of ridiculous. There's so many arrows! There's so many arrows! How are our chaps doing? Oh man, that's awful. They're getting really grouped up. They are getting really grouped up here. As long as that meat shield can keep coming in front of them, it's going to be decent. Oh, that's horrific bolter fire. But they are taking down the Titans one by one. They are doing it. Ironically, I've just seen one of the people who will play Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator there playing Broken Arrow instead. Which is exactly what we've got. Oh, man. I think that was a little bit... I don't know if this plan's worked out at all for us here. I don't know if it's worked... Wait. Is this evidence, then, that we've killed most of our... Yeah, this hasn't worked out well for us at all. Putting the archers on one side. Not a good idea, it turns out, ladies and gents. Unfortunately. I think most of the archers have been killed now. Yeah, keeping them spaced out is definitely the way to go. They all just died really quickly. The bolter fire was insanely powerful and just eradicated them all. Yeah, sorry guys. I did say when I suggested it, I'll have no idea if it would actually work. You die and learn. I thought it might have been a little bit risky, but I also thought maybe with enough meat in front of it, you'd be able to overwhelm them. So what, we got 600 damage for a bolter. Hang on, let me work this out. Sorry, 8,500 HP divided by the 616 damage of a rifle. It's 14 shots to kill a single Space Marine at the moment from your muskets. Yeah, 14 shots to kill a one of the soul drinkers back here. Don't even think about trying to kill these guys with muskets because these guys have 80,000 HP. So, yeah. Think about that, ladies and gents. These have 80,000 HP and the archers melt them. Absolutely melt them. Now, that's insanity. It sort of tells you how much damage output them archers really do. Like 80,000 HP, and your archers just melted them. It's insane. Like, can you imagine what's going through the Space Marine's head? Like, what he's thinking of as all them archers kill him? So yeah, I'll set the archers back to the 5-3 formation they were in before. Did we take out all the warlords? Oh, no, we most certainly did not. I mean, at least we got one upgrade, right? At least we got one. Oh, God. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This is entirely my fault. I do apologize. I put the insidious thoughts in your head. Let's go through the archer's head and say a bolt around. Pretty much, yeah. Oh, no worries, Shifty. Have a fantastic evening, mate. Thanks for dropping by. Mulligan. Alright, so let's set these back to the 5-3 that they were before. Get them back into formation, which was like down here, I think. Round 3 formation. I don't know what round 3 formation was. I don't have a photographic memory, unfortunately, Knight. Oh, yes, one thing we needed to do. Reduce the rank of these to a 2. There we go, 1.2. I think that should be okay with that. Oh, definitely not, Ed. Definitely not. Adjust the meat to a space 5. We could do. I think they're quite good at a space 6, though, at the moment. They seem to be doing the job. I think they will be within the meteor, like I said before. The actual boundaries of the yellow box is not to be believed. So before, it wasn't touching the sides of the walls over here or the pyramid, but the troops were all over the pyramid. They were coming out to this level over here. And I believe the box line ended, like, over here. So there's probably, like, what's that? I'd call it, like, maybe, there you go, half a kilometre difference in box size. So, yeah, this box is off by about half a kilometre all the way around, which is kind of annoying. Hey, Ed, I'm not doing anything like that. It was your choice to go along with the plan, not mine. I suggested it. You guys could have said, shut up, Pinky. We're doing it our way. Right, then, let's have a look. Meat shield it is. Let's get the poll for the meats going. 100 troops. 50 HP. Plan, there's a plan. Like Blackadder. There we go. One Helldiver with a Hellbomb. It depends. If that Helldiver's me, then most certainly. If it's any other player who's good at the game, definitely not. I mean, you've seen my Helldivers video, right? Put out about 15 deaths from that video. Oh, Sandy, I'm going to lead you into a massacre. You should never follow me. You should never listen to me. I will manipulate all of you into losing every single round. Oh, thank you, Harpy. I mean, one thing that could really work out quite well is putting the knights at the front. Oh, Ed. Ed, screw you. You evil, evil person. That's so evil. Ah. Ed's come in with the £2 with the message. Ooh, Daddy Pinky. I hate myself. Why do I do this? Why? Oh, it pays the bills, that's why. That's why I do this. Oh, God. Can you imagine me explaining that? So what do you do for a living, Mr. Chaotic? Oh, I just, you know, sit on the internet making weird anime sounds and getting paid for it. Oh, that's a very interesting business model. How did you come up with that? I didn't. It was forced upon me. Oh. Evil Smiles coming in with the $2. No, Ed isn't evil. I am evil. I mean, on a technicality, yes, you are Evil Smiles, so I can't disagree with that. Oh, don't you even start, Mike. Don't even start. Oh, Fig Jam, member for 37 months of the Commissariat. Oh, screw you, Fig. I didn't even read that message. My God. I really should read these beforehand. And another ooh as punishment for the last round. Why can I even do that sound? It's not right. Oh, plus 100 troops here onto our meat shield. Let's make this nightmare end. That does take us up to 25,100 though. That is a... Oh, God. God help us all. Yeah. You got me to make it, yeah. Very reluctantly. And now I hate myself. Oh, God. I've lost all train of thought now. I forgot completely what I was doing. Round 7. That's what we're on. Let's go. No, Mike, I'm not falling for it. It's not getting stuck in my head. It's a good job, like, I'm not on Twitch or anything like that, because I could have that as a subscriber sound. No, Ed, don't conspire. This is treason. Would some Kylie Minogue get stuck in your head? I mean, I can't just get her out of my head, you know. I'm just spinning around, mate. So get out of my way. Why do I know the lyrics to that? I feel icky. Ugh. Ugh. It's not the cult of Slanesh in practice. It's the opposite. That's how you keep the cult of Slanesh away, with that noise. Dave, member for 12 months of the Did the make you feel icky? Yes, it does, because I'm horrified that I can do that sound. And for some reason, I can sort of do it well, and I don't know why, because I've never done it until you guys made me do it. It's so evil. My work here is done. Oh, I tell you what, my work here is done. I'm done. Are you taking me down? I hope not, Fig Jim. I'd feel like Julius Caesar if you took me down. Like my councilmen. No, my councilmen have stabbed me repeatedly. Why? What have I done? Rome burns. It's after the last and the last Christmas. No, it's the Last Supper. So, anyway, coming back to the reality of video games, what a sentence. We actually seem to be doing pretty alright here at the moment. The Knightly Paladins are taking a bit of a beating. We've still got meat shields coming in here. The Archer Fire is still pretty intense in parts. There we go. Hey Link, welcome back. Look at all the meat shields still coming in. That's working out really well for us. We've got a couple of riflemen who've moved up real close here. Again, we've still got a couple of archers in the center, which is nice. They're going to be providing some real good covering fire here. But again, it's them bolt rounds that are actually taking them out. Stray bolter fire seems to be taking them out here. Steve coming in with the 5 crispy euros there. Can you remind us what is the thing you don't like saying? Is it? Oh, ew, ew, That's enough now, guys. Please stop it. I don't want to say it anymore. It's just not me, all right? It's just not me. Oh no, not me. I never oohed. I'm face to face with the people who made me say ooh. Evil, member of the Guardsmen for 10 months, as Brutus whispered this. No, he didn't. Bugger off. As Brutus whispered to Caesar, ooh, ooh. I'm sorry, but that's the only acceptable one so far. Just because that's put a really funny image in my mind of Julius Caesar just sat there, being whispered sweet nothings into his ear. Can you imagine that? Augustus, what do you think of the battle plans? Send forth the legionnaires with the trumpet sound. Oh no, I've done this to myself now. All I can think of is Roman armies being signalled by the sound of oo-woos. Just moving into battle formations. No, we're not getting an oo-woo emoji. I am not doing that. I refuse. Oh, God. No, Knight. No, Knight. We're not doing that. That'd be evil. The anime army. Hey, Neil. Thanks for that. Andy! Member for 28 months of the Inquisition. Flipping heck. That is an experienced Inquisitor there. Tempus Fugit. I mean, I've no idea what that is, but I'm sure it means something. Yeah, it looks like most of the army's dead over this side now. Seems like we're stuck at this 2,200 to 300 mark here at the moment. We can't advance past that. Right, yeah, I think that's pretty much over there. Oh god, I didn't get the poll ready. See, this is what happens when you make me do anime noises. I don't get the poll ready. Oh god, members only live? No, I don't think so. We don't want to turn it to members only. Archers. Templars. Rifles. Right, there we go. So this is round 7's upgrade. Next round will be round 8 out of 15. Oh, Latin for time flies. Oh, that's kind of cool. You know what? Latin is a language I wish I could learn. Well, I wish I had the time to go and learn, because I've always been fascinated by it. I think it just sounds really cool, being able to speak in Latin. I mean, it'd have very little use in the real world. It's just a cool language to learn, I think. Can we spread the rifles out slightly more? Yeah, we can. If everyone's happy with that, we can spread the rifles out more. Everything sounds better in Latin. It kind of does. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at these on a 5. Yeah, 5 takes them up to the very edge there. A 5 spacing. We're happy with that? Oh, Dave certified. I absolutely love the derivation of words. Because that's where it's called, like the history, learning where words come from. It's the derivation of language. And I really, really like derivation. It's such an interesting insight. It's like if you try to look up the derivation of the word dog, dog just randomly appears in the Middle Ages with absolutely no explanation. It just sort of comes out of the middle of nowhere, and we start calling these wolf-like animals dogs for no reason. It's really interesting that there's almost no record of where it comes from. It's dead interesting stuff. Rifles on hold. I mean, you could. It might be a bit risky, because the ones who aren't able to shoot will just stand still. That's why they're bunching up, because there's loads of dips in here, so some of your rifles won't be able to shoot if you put them on hold. So, personally, not trying to be chaotic pinky here, but I think putting the rifles on hold would be a bad idea. Like I said, you saw the terrain earlier, how the reason that they're bunching up is because the others couldn't shoot, so they've moved up the ridge so that they can shoot from the ridge. No, Fig, I think it's way riskier. I think your rifles will become pretty much useless if you put them on hold. A derivation is so Yeah, etymology is it's the study of words, but derivation is like it's like obtaining something from its source or origin. That's what a derivation is. So you're looking for the source or the origin of the word. So the derivation of certain words, what's the source of it? Where did it come from? Etymology is just the study of actual words themselves. So in essence, both of them are correct. No, I'm genuinely, for once, I'm not lying about the riflemen. I genuinely think putting the riflemen on hold will be catastrophic. They're in dips and valleys where they can't shoot from. So... yeah, I've seen Chaos Dwarfs before. Yeah, they're in Warhammer, 3 at the moment. Warhammer Total War 3. Looks like we're going for archers this round, so let's get the poll going for archers. Must say, I haven't played them in Total War Warhammer 3 yet. Right, let's get this archer poll going then. Archipole. Doesn't that sound like an old world name? Archipole. It's like Archibald. Oh, thank you, Steve. $68,000 damage a second. Jesus. 68,000 damage a second. That attack speed multiplier is at 170 times normal attack speed as well. Yeah, looks like we're going to be increasing the numbers here for the archer by an extra 10. Again, doesn't sound like much, but, you know, that's 2 Imperial Guard battalions worth of firepower that's just been added to the field. Right, let's get the poll ready for the next round. Meat shields. Yeah, the Knightly Paladins and the Warlord Titans have high amounts of deflection to represent their shields. That's basically what it's meant to do. There we go. Oh, Ed! Coming in with the 2 crisp British pounds there. It was... Oh, you evil man. You've put 2 of them in? 2 in 1? Really, Ed? Really? 2 in 1? It was the uwu. It was the uwu of times. It was the uwu of times. I'm sorry, I'm not putting effort into the second one. You got 1 out of me. I did read a theory that we got modern English via Danes speaking Old English in ancient meeting Norman English people speaking bad French and English. And they sort of melded. The English language is just an absolute megalodon of other languages. Not a megalodon, that's a bloody... giant whale. What the hell am I thinking? It's a giant whale of languages. No, it's got such a mixture of other, like, Anglo-Saxon, Nordic, Germanic. There's so many different words used in the English language. It's like we say encore, which is of French origin, but the French don't say encore. They say bis. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. I can't think of... I had a word in my head which meant a huge mixture of things. But it completely slipped my mind what it was, and I came out with Megalodon instead, and yeah. It's an extinct shark species, or whale species. I'm not quite sure if it was a shark or whale, to be honest. Amalgamation? That might be it. I think that was the word I was looking for. It's an amalgamation. Because obviously we were invaded by Rome, the Anglo-Saxons, you know, lots and lots of difference. The Nords. But yeah, as far as I know, the French use bis, which means twice, which is why you have biscuit, because it means twice cooked. But yeah, instead of saying again, they say twice. But I think I'd hate that. Imagine if you did a play and then you just had a load of French people just going, peace, peace, at you. I mean, there's so many German words in the English language. And there's even ones that we just straight up nick, like schadenfreude. You know, taking pleasure from someone else's misfortune. Why are all the archers bunched up on this one side? What the heck is going on? Why have we got an archer party over here? That's kind of crazy. Yeah, these soul drinkers are really giving us a headache, aren't they now? Just not enough troops to close that gap. Like I said, I will repeat this. I did warn you guys, like, for the last maybe 5 streams, that you guys need numbers. You haven't got enough numbers. And everyone kept purchasing extra damage instead of numbers. See, now would have been the time to start upgrading the archer's attack speed every couple of rounds. Because by now you would have had 20 to 30,000 archers instead. And granted, you wouldn't have got to 170 attack speed, but you'd still be significantly higher. See, I don't always lie. I do try to help you out sometimes. If I keep repeating things over multiple streams, you can be pretty sure that I'm being honest in what I'm saying. Every now and then I do like to throw curveballs at you just to see what would happen. I can tell you what noise a happy ghost makes. Nothing, because ghosts don't exist. Because I've never seen a Triceratops ghost. That's all I'm saying. I've never seen Derek Akora get possessed by a caveman and try to bash Yvette Fielding's head in with a club. You know? I've never seen any median get possessed by a cow. An angry ox from back in the day. And honestly, the best thing I've ever heard Derek Akora say is, Mary loves dick. Mary loves dick. That was so good. You've encountered too many things to say ghosts don't exist. No, you haven't, Dad. There's no such thing as ghosts. Absolutely, 100% provable by science, there's no such thing as ghosts. Like I said, there's more people that have died than have ever lived. Just think about that. So if ghosts were real, like, you wouldn't be able to move for the amount of ghosts that there would be. Like, it'd just be insane the amount of ghosts around. Just astronomical. Astronomical amounts of ghosts everywhere. Oh, no worries, Steve. Have a nice evening. Yeah, you'd have traffic jams of ghosts. Exactly. And here's a question for you. If ghosts were real, would they bump into each other? Like, they're on a different worldly plane from us, but what happens if these, like, you know, during the Black Death, for instance, where how many people died? I don't even remember how many died during the Black Death. 75 to 200 million people died during the Black Death. So that'd be 75 to 200 million ghosts on the same plane of existence. Imagine that. Not one of them's been bloody found though, have they? Why is no one ever possessed by an angry leper? That's what I don't get. The ghosts are always like lords and ladies from time past. Yeah, 75 to 200 million died during the Black Death, so they should be some of the most prominent ghosts on the planet if they existed. There we go. Genghis Khan as well, you know. He killed 3/4 of the world's population. They should be the next biggest pile of ghosts. The Chinese genocide, they should be the next biggest pile of ghosts. There'd be so many. It'd just be unbelievable. And that's the entire point. It's unbelievable. Right then. There's your poll, ladies and gents. We'll probably do one more round, and then that'll be the end of the stream, I'm afraid. Yeah, past lives are something I can't get behind either. I don't think anyone's ever had a past life. Simply because the population grows, so it wouldn't make any sense. You'd have to have new people from somewhere. Maybe all the ghosts are in the machine. Well, the machine had to be built before the ghosts could get in there. So what you're saying is there was no there was no ghost before we invented computers, and what was it, like the 1930s or something like that was when the first development started. So ghosts didn't exist until we built a machine. I mean, I guess it depends what you define as machine, I guess. I think I'm thinking more electronically, but, you know, I guess, what do you call it, like, the mills and stuff like that, that's machinery, isn't it? So, but I don't want a haunted clog maker, you know. Oh no, it's a haunted weaver's basket. What's it do? Every time you put an apple in it, it throws it out. I don't believe in reincarnation, Ed. It's impossible. There's more people alive now than there has been at any point, which means if they were reincarnated, new people would have had to have been born anyway. Otherwise, we'd still only have the same world population. The world population would never fluctuate if reincarnation was real. Same with species, animals, all that kind of stuff. Like, why has no one ever been reincarnated as a dodo? You know, why is it that once that species has ceased to exist, no one can come back as it? Oh, God. Pompous. I actually really like that. hear about the leper hockey game? There was a face-off on the ice. Just think about it logically, Ed. Right? Say you've got a personality, you die, and that personality is reincarnated, okay? Medieval London had 28,000 people in it, right? The entirety of medieval England probably had about 1 million people in it total. Like, that's an exaggeration. But there's now 88 million people in there. So where have they all come from? Where's all these extra personalities from reincarnation come from? The amount of species have grown and also shrunk. Lepers never win at poker, they keep throwing in their hands. I'd never win at poker because I can't fold because of my bad back. Right. Who won that? There's more people alive today than all those... No, Dave. More people are dead than have ever lived. How about that? That's scientific facts. More people are dead than they are alive. There's an estimated 100 to 120 billion people that have died in all of humanity. Oh, hang on. A fire alarm's going off. Let me go make sure nothing's on fire. Yep. Back. Right. No, don't worry. We're not on fire. We're all good here. Right, who won that? Meat shields. Okay, let me get the meat shield poll going. Who's turned Thinky's oven on? No, I think the fire alarm's just running out of battery. But yeah, there you go. 120 billion, 100 to 120 billion people have died throughout all of history, compared to the 8 billion, close to 9 billion that are alive today. So there's definitely more dead people than there are living. Who says souls follow mortal rules? It's a mortal soul, I would imagine. I mean, I don't even think souls exist, but you know. You've got an essence of being, which is the electricity that powers your brain. I agree with that, but it's not a soul. It's just electricity and water. Right. Uh, 100 troops added on. Yeah, no worries. Let's go and do that. Onto the meat shield. Up to 300 now. Awesome. Some of the living are dead from the neck up. That's very true. You can't argue with that. And the opposite is true. Some of the living are also dead from the neck down. Stephen Hawking, for instance. I imagine he's dead up and down, isn't he, really, no? What extra 35 grams when people die? What are you talking about, Ed? Okay, I've just researched it. It comes from a 1907 experiment who tried all measures of weight, the soul by weighing people the moment of death. He reported a loss of 21 grams, not 35, and even that was based on only 6 patients, full of measurement errors, never replicated, and rejected by modern science. So there you go, Ed. That's the answer to that. A loss of weight. The loss of weight on death's very easy to explain. You shit and piss yourself. But again, it's never been replicated, and all these measurements were full of errors. And it's an experiment from 1907, so put what faith in that you will. By the way, just so you know, that in 1607 as well, they thought that to resuscitate someone, you should blow smoke up their arse. So, you know, that's something else that was also believed around that time, so... That's true. There's illustrations of bellows next to... I think it was if people were drowning, you'd get a bellow and stick it in the butthole, you'd light a fire and blow smoke into the bottom. So, yeah. Go on, chaps. Let's put a dent in them now. Let's get ourselves some decent upgrades here. I saw that thing with the bellows on QI. QI. Oh, what's his face? Stephen Fry. Quite interesting. Yeah, I remember watching that. Real good program. Exactly, Ed. There was also, homeopathy, where things were like, to get rid of a headache, you had to stick 2 fox testicles to your forehead. It never stated whether the fox had to be alive or dead, or whether the balls had to be attached to the fox, but yeah, they thought getting rid of a headache, you know, just strap some fox testicles to your head. Problem solved. Was it, they had the tracheotomy, was it trapeziectomy or whatever it was called as well, where they drill into your head to release the pressure on the brain? You'd say they were nuts. God. So yeah, I don't put a lot of faith in that experiment, I'm afraid, Ed. And like I said, it's never been replicated, so... I was so confused last night. My printer started playing music. Turns out the paper was just jamming. Also, when a person died, put them in a blanket and toss them into the air for a few minutes to see if they come back to life. I can believe that, 100% I can believe that. Oh yeah, in some of the earlier days, women were treated horrifically. Look at this, we've actually got a nice gaggle of rifles on this side here. And they're really laying that covering fire into these Marines over here. Look at how many they've actually killed now. They're doing some really good work on this side of the battlefield. It's slow, but they're doing it. It's just these few Titans that remained in the middle here. Oh, I remember that. Yeah. I remember that, Ed. Someone wrote in a book somewhere, didn't they, that all women are fascinated by cheese. You can woo almost any woman with cheese. Yeah, that bolt fire's deadly though, isn't it? It has ripped asunder some of our armies here. Oh wait, have we? Oh man, I think we cleared out most of the Marines from this side of the field as well. Unfortunately, I'm the kind of person, Ed, who only believes in what science can prove. That's how I work. Because I can trust the sciences, because it's traceable. You can sort of work backwards and reverse engineer what they were trying to do. So, you know, I can believe the sciences. But unfortunately, like, when it comes to ghosts and stuff like that, everything I've ever seen about them has only sort of, like, escalated my doubt that they ever exist. Well, ladies and gents, I think that is that for this one here. Oh god, I didn't get the poll ready. Hang on. Whoop, 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 whoop. Meat shield. Too busy yapping about ghosts and science and miracle cures from back in the day. Templars. Rifles. There we go. Oh, definitely, Rod. Definitely. Right then, let's have a look here. We're going to go through this one pretty quick because I need to wrap up, unfortunately, ladies and gents. There we go, meat shield. Right, let's get the meat shield going. There we go, plus 100 troops and 50 HP. And there we go. What are we going for, folks? Oh, that's pretty unanimous there. Yeah, plus an extra 100 troops. Onto the meat shield, taking up to 25,500. That was an interesting conversation we had there at the end. Kind of enjoyed that. See, I like talking about all the weird things from human history. Quite fascinated by history. Always interesting. Always find it like one thing that's insane to think about is like some of the dumbest people in society today are still 4 to 5 times smarter than like peasants from the medieval ages. I just think that's an insane thing to think about. Yeah, David, probably be on Monday for the next Sandbox stream. So if you want, keep an eye out for that. Right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, unfortunately, all good things must come to an end, and so must the stream. As always... Oh, as always, I've clicked off the screen. As always, I do hope you had a blast. I know I have. A massive, massive shout out to everyone who supports the channel. Thank you so much to all you members out there. It is really, really appreciated. I can't tell you how much it is. Massive shout out to the mods as well. You guys are awesome. Thank you for keeping the chat running nice and smoothly, as always. And of course, a massive shout out to everyone who watches the VODs and all you subscribers out there. Look at that Titan flying through the air. And until next time, ladies and gentle giants, peace.